up the levels on this event. Is that the right one? Speakers, high definition. Yeah, I guess so. There we go. So let's see what it sounds like without the headphones on here for a second. Actually, let's go ahead and mute the microphone for the moment. Let's see. You won't be able to hear. I don't know. Yeah, you won't be able to hear this in the video either. It'll just be a blank spot. Okay, no, it was my, it's the Realtek card on here. I mean, well, not card, but the Realtek Realtek chip that I'm using. That's in on the motherboard, the onboard audio chip. I heard that same kind of cutting out just now. I was playing it back on the speakers. So that's an effect of that. I may have to splurge for an actual audio card on my next build, just to deal with that, but see, it sounds pretty good though. It's actually better on my my speakers because you can feel the. It's always nice to feel the woofers shaking the room. You don't get that from the headphones because they're not big enough, and two, if they were, then that'd be pretty bad because it'd probably make your head explode. So let's go back to playback. Actually, no, it's the settings in here. Option audio over to headset. Yeah, there we go. So we'll leave that off for now, but that kind of gives you an idea of where I'm going to be going with this. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have that break now, and I'll be back in probably a couple of hours at least, and then we'll go into the coding portion of this section of the devlog, and I'm just going to leave you with one last playthrough of this because it sounds awesome towards the end. Without the second drums in, of course. You know, I wonder, maybe we can, let me see. So there's no MIDI here, it's all sampled samples, so we could probably do an export. Desktop, test that to cancel. Close it. I'm going to turn on that second thing here. Now do it. Desktop. 32 floats. Let's see what this sounds like through, not through this kind of processing, but through the through an actual audio player here. Won't be quite as demanding on the let's see, test bat2, there it is. it's still deep sixed to. Oh wow, I didn't even know that was even there. I just saw it right as I said it. Deep sixed the audio from that. So yeah, it's a failure of the chip on my computer. So it probably means that there's too much in it. So I'll have to do something with that. So what I'm going to do right now is we're just going to save this. Actually, we'll save it now. Go ahead and close because it's taking quite a bit of RAM. If this no, well, I went down a bit. What the hell? It's using up all the RAM. Waterfox 1 meg or 1 gig. Photoshop. Oh, Photoshop's open. Close that. Speech recognition. I've had that open for. Let's go ahead and exit that. Skype. Yeah, Skype's memory leaking again. Shouldn't take up that much space. Memory. Turn it back on again here. That's updating. Whoop-de-dam-do. Oh, I don't think so. You know, the only thing Microsoft's done to Skype since I've gotten is making it a lot more crappy. I was just going through and thinking of all the things that used to be in Skype before Microsoft bought it and destroyed it. And there's lots of things missing, like for example, sound emotes. Used to have the ability to use commands to output sounds in Skype, and that's gone now. They got rid of all the awesome hidden emotes like the cursing emote and the flip off emote. Those are gone. There's all kinds of stuff missing, and it sucks. So that's gonna be it for now. When we come back, we'll do some coding. It's just gonna be I'll give you a heads up. It's gonna be coding in the menu changes that I showed you during the first section of the recording during the first couple videos for the developer's vlog. We're just going to be coding in the menu structure now. That's what we're going to be doing then. And we'll go from there. So I will be back in a while. Hi everyone, this is GeoWill, and we're back to continue our developer's vlog recordings here. What we're going to do now is we're going to get into more of the coding stuff. Earlier we were working on the audio, did a little bit of work with the a test battle kind of sound. Of course, at the end there you hear the the encoder just kind of, you know what, screw it, this is too epic, I'm gonna crap out now and go about my business. But yeah, that's essentially a thing we went through and made just over, maybe I think it was an hour and a half or something, maybe just an hour, I don't know. Since we're just doing the previous part of this recording session, just in case people hadn't watched it and wanted to catch people up on that. All the stuff over here, this is all stuff for this anyway. If you're wondering what this is, it's actually something I was trying to do with Audacity. I'll show you what I mean by that. Ah, crap. Bloody Winamp. Alright, close. there's a little thing in Audacity called vocoder, and with it you can do all kinds of interesting things. Let's see. Do I still have the file I was using with it? I think I do. Let me go see if I can. Did I, or did I delete it? Let's see. Perhaps recording should have been here somewhere. So yeah, here we go. Okay. So the second, yes, the one that has the more crappy thing on there. All right. So you add this, and we add this in here as well. As you can see, you can't really, I don't know, I think, how did I get this to work before? I got it to work once before. Let me see. Let's pick, alright, let's do the start selection at, and go to the end. 3, frickin' 40, and end. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Let me see. Alright, somehow, pardon the French, but somehow I fracked it up. We'll use frack. Yeah, we'll use frack instead of the other one. I was going to say the actual word, but you know what? Screw it, we're going to go with frack. Alright, so, back up here. Somehow, I got from... Yeah, I don't know what that... I don't know, that's interesting. I was able to just, delete everything. 40 to the end. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, it did it itself. Damn, it's still not quite right, though. You know, actually, I fixed this by... Let me see. Are they still over here? No, I must have deleted them. These are from things that is working now. So essentially what it does, though, is if you have a thing that's as long as it needs to be. So let's just go in here and kill this. I'm just going to record something here, so, and it'd be nice if I could record it from the beginning. So I'm just going to record myself talking here for a second, and then I'll show you what this does. Because what it'll do is essentially it'll take this, whatever sound you have, or in this case something I made in FL Studio using, or no, it was in Zeta Plus 2. And it'll essentially merge the two together and kind of create a really interesting sound. Saw this technique used on YouTube. I actually found it when I was looking on YouTube for how to make a robotic voice. And essentially that's what you can do with this. You create kind of a weird sound, and it can combine what you're saying with that voice, or with that sound that you make, and kind of make your voice sound robotic. So, how far are we in here now? About 45 seconds, that's good. So let it go a little bit, get it up to 50. Like I'll get up to a minute, and then we'll just cut the rest off from 45 seconds forward. Alright, so let's get rid of that track. I'm gonna move this up. So now, 45 seconds to the end, delete. And all that too. So just 45 seconds, pure on, to the end. Alright, so that's bang on 45 seconds. Now for this one, do the same thing. To the end, delete. No, that didn't work. 45 seconds to the end. The end, I say. 0:45 to the end. Alright, now let's zoom in on that. Alright, well, we'll see if it works or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's really a pain in the ass to use this thing. So how this works now is you take this, let's make this larger here, and you want to separate these tracks out. So you essentially want to say separate stereo, do the same with this, and you're going to take out one of the tracks from each. So essentially you're going to make a stereo track out of the two remaining tracks that you have. Now, what you do is you select both, or you take this one and you say make stereo track. And so now we're going to stereo track here. Next, what we need to do is go to Effect and then down to Vocoder. And depending on if this thing is going to allow me to do it, we'll see if it works or not. And no, because they don't match. Well, screw you too, buddy. That's why I said this thing's a pain in the ass for us, because that's why. Alright, so let's try something else. Well, no, it's not going to work because, well, I think it's because of the different, rate or whatever of my audio from the microphone's different or something from this. If I ran this through, Vegas and then put it back in here to work, but essentially just, it makes things really interesting. If I had something that I could use to do it with, I'd do it, but I don't have any audio files. But go up on YouTube and search for how to make a robotic voice with Audacity or something similar to that, those search terms, and you'll find a video it'll say something like 3 ways to make a robotic voice in Audacity. That's the one I was using. It's actually pretty cool. But to get the right sound, you have to really kind of muck about with it. Let's go to this stuff down here. All this stuff. Let's see. So that's what all these files were about. Just, actually, let's do this with them. Damn it. So we're not putting them underneath these edges here, or the things here. That's also one of them, though, isn't it? That we get rid of. Alright, so what we're going to be doing now is, like I said before, going into the code and redoing the menus, market menus, to take into account of this new structuring that I've been working on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include all the different things you see here that are in this, but the ones that we don't have anything for, I'm just going to have like a message that I'll say something like no items yet in stock or something like that, coming soon or whatever. I would just use my catch-all, my feature coming soon message that I have in like half the game right now. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, is this. Working on this. So let's go ahead and get Visual Studio open. Be my first time doing any code for quite a while. Been working on a lot of other things, and haven't really been able to get into the coding as much as I would like. So what we have to do now is we actually have to go through and restructure the menu entirely. So what we need to do is we need to rethink all the stuff that we have going on here, because this is going to be much different now. Same thing with all these other menu loops. Well, that's interesting. Got some menu loops here that aren't being used. Wonder if there's any code. Let's see. No, so it's in there, but it's not being used yet. Huh. Interesting. Maybe they were there from before. They're not using them now. Well, in any case, it's going to be a major thing here, this restructuring we're going to be doing, because pretty much all the code that I have in here right now for the market menus is going to have to change. So station menu. Let's go to this first of all. So Okay, this is the initial menu here. Okay, I'm going to take that off because we're not using that anymore. Okay, all this is fine. What we need is the next menu over, SM loop 1. Alright, here we go. So, buy or sell. This is no longer going to be part of this part of the loop. What's going to happen is that this is going to be part of the options you have once you have the item information open. So normally what would have happened is you'd say, okay, I want to buy something, so you choose the first one here, I think. And then you would go to 2A1, yeah. So you go to this one, choose that option, and we go through here. Then you go through and do the normal things that you would do when you're going to buy a weapon, which was to go through, choose your type of thing that you want to buy, what you wanted to buy, etc. Now what's going to happen is you're just going to get thrown to this menu here directly, and except this time it's not going to have these options. It'll have these options here: equipment, miscellaneous, ships, and skills. And from there you go and choose all the other things that you would want to do. So what we're going to do now is, first of all, is we'll leave this stuff here, but we're going to have to change the way that it operates. So, God, this is always what's hard. You got to figure out how to change what's going on. That's always the most annoying part. So back to SM loop 1. Alright, so in this case, we're going to take this out, and this is not going to be used anymore in this fashion. Instead, this is going to actually be what's in these here. So just go and copy paste this out up to here. Go to that default. Should also bring the spacing back into alignment here. Okay. Now, what's also going to happen is we'll have to go to this menu, which we'll have to change the names for anyway. So SS menu 1A. Instead of that, it's going to be 1 instead of 1A. Now we need to get a message processing H. 1A becomes 1. Markup menu. Don't need to do that anymore. Same thing with cell. Cell is not going to be. We'll keep them for now because we'll need the dialogue button, the text or whatever. But we're not going to be needing everything just yet. One thing that's going to be different now is we're going to have to confirm that the player has something to sell. So what'll happen is we'll say the option for selling will only be available to the player to use if they have it actually in the station or on their ship. So we'll have to check that. And then, as a result of that, allow the option to be used or not. So, let's see. Crap. Back over here. So we go through S menu 1. Let's go find it over here. S menu, SMC menu, SM. Let's see, here we go, this one. So, equipment. Miscellaneous, ships and skills. And then 6 will be to quit. So I had 1 to 5. That's interesting. Alright, so equipment. I actually have ships twice, don't I? Damn it. Well, doesn't that just suck all? Alright, let's go and renumber these. Good thing we didn't get too far before I solved that problem. So I was just at 5 though. It should have been 4. Or, yeah, 4 before, but 5 now. Huh. That's interesting. There's a little bug there that I just caught. I don't think I'll make a note of it on the bug tracker, but something just to deal with. Let's see. So, back over here. Need to also then account for those new cases. So case 1 is actually equipment now. Case 2 is miscellaneous. Case 3 is ships. And case 4 is skills. SK M loop, M player, and stat G. Alright, so it shouldn't be B either. It should just be loop. So I'll come over here now. Okay. So equipment, miscellaneous, ship, and skills. We'll keep the resource and of course this is no longer, yeah, it's not buy menus. Anymore. We'll keep those for a later section, because those actually will go underneath miscellaneous. Miss market. Equipment. So these are the different markets that we have to go through now. Essentially, market, we're just saying market as in, you know, essentially just a series of menus or whatnot for the market. That's what that means. We're just breaking them down by what they're supposed to be for. So, station market. So now for equipment, that breaks down to several different categories. We've got ammunition, drones, mining, modules, planetary equipment, rigs, and weapons. A lot of these are not going to be used yet. Ammunition, no. Drones, no. Mining, yes. Some mining, anyway. Modules, no. Planetary equipment, no. Rigs, no. And weapons, yes. So really, we're only going to be doing the markets for maybe about half of mining, the mining drop-downs here, and then the weapons drop-downs. Everything else is not going to be in yet. So underneath equipment, we want to add in all of those. So station, so EM for equipment market, and then we put down the name of what, the letter of the current market. So in this case, first will be ammunition, so ammunition. Market loop, and leave it at that. And again, we use the same thing here. Let's put single title there just to kind of identify it. Void SEM. Next up would be drones, I think. Yeah, drones and mining. So D M loop. Then modules. So we'll use MDM because we have the mining modules for both them, so have to differentiate them somehow. Let's see, some modules, planetary equipment, rigs, and weapons. So PM loop. And then weapons. And we'll do that with all these. Let's see, ship market, we'll break them down by class. Oh, let's do this first. Let's see. So resources breaks down to ore and resources. Yeah, I think we should uncouple ore and resources. Those should be two different things. So let's pull it out back out here. Get rid of this. You're not able to move these all together, which is annoying. You should be able to. You probably can, but I haven't figured out how to properly group them yet. So I'm going to delete that out. Alright, so we got ore up here, resources down there, in their own section, instead of being clumped together. And then station construction rig. So ore, resource, and station. So ore, station, ore. Should go first. Then we take out the, take all this and just say ores, resources, course, we also have to do the, so S, so this one's going to be MMOM loop. MMRM loop. Then SMM SM loop. Then yeah, ships I believe we're down by type. Class of ships. So yeah. You know, ship equipment belongs underneath equipment. It just does, period. Alright, so we can take that out of there. I'll also go ahead and add that up here underneath the equipment markets. Void SEM SM loop. Oops. And these will break down into further menus. So essentially we're creating a tree, if you will, within the code here. Let's see, so ship markets, those will be broken down by the class type. So void SM, then FM loop. Just to speed things along, what we'll do is we'll just copy this a bunch of times, edit what we need to. So D, C, BC, B, CS, M, T, MB. Frigates, destroyers, cruisers, battle cruisers. I believe that's everything. Let's see. So everything so far. Then down to skills, which is literally just going to be one menu. Well, no, it'll be, okay, so what'll happen is that we'll have to have one initial market where, okay, no, those are the markets, okay, station markets, and then, so, okay, yeah. So you have the initial market here where you start it, and then this is for sales, or selling, right? No, buy. Oh, damn it. Let's see. So we got this one. Okay, so this is the initial one there. Okay, this is the old menu. We don't use that one. Okay, good. That's right. So we can just get rid of that. Instead, just bring this down here. Alright, that works. Alright, so you start here. Then from here you go to one of these three, and then from these three you'll have options that'll lead to these ones. And then here, depending on what happens with these ones, you'll have either more options to go to different menus, or these will be where you'll find your things at. Like for example, with ores, you'll have the list of ores there. You'll have to choose from to buy or sell, or to choose to bring up for more information for to choose what to do with them. Other markets, like with drones, where you have other menus to go through, they'll bring up the other menus, and then those will lead to menus like the resources or ores, where you'll just have those listed in. So skills market's going to be markets for all the different skills. So yeah, battle, map, mining. This shouldn't be map. Let's say cartography skills. That sounds much better. Now, how do you spell cartography? Cartography. Well, let's have a look here. Hey, I spelled it right. Cartography. And then that actually will stay where it's at. No changes. It just sounds better than map skills. Cartography skills. Alright, so battle cartography. Is it cartography or chartography? Or wait, why? Yeah, chartography. Cartography, I mean. Okay. Undo those again. So, station, scale, market. Actually, SK market. Scale market. Battle, M loop. Then, oops, of course, this whole bit here. And again, the interest of speeding things along, let's take this and copy it down a bunch of times. Not quite as grandiose as going through and doing everything individually, but quicker. So, battle skills. Chartography, cartography. Mining, then planetary skills. PL, we'll say. Yeah. Then PR for production skills. Next up will be ship skills, station skills, so SNS, ship and station. S and ST. And then trade, training, weapons. with one extra one there we don't need. Alright. So these are the initial branches here. Now we have to do the secondary if there are any branches. I think a lot of these do have secondary branches. Ships doesn't, but a lot of the other ones do. Okay, so ores. You'll also have a listing of these ore types. Well, that's true, huh? This does have to be broken down by stage. That's true, I didn't think about that. So resources will be the end, but then we'll have to have another branch of ore menus to deal with the stages. So, let's see. What we'll do is all these will be underneath one thing. I just did this to single them out so I could explain them. But these will actually be underneath these trees here. So in effect, we could actually just do this. A little bit of updating of this menu structure here. So essentially that's what that'll be like. So that'll also be the end of the road for the menu tree there. But anyway, starting with equipment, ammunition, railgun material blocks, and the missiles by class. So ammo market. Actually, let's do this as a underneath these. These are the main, so we'll say primary markets. So the primary market tree, then the secondary market tree. The ammo market breaks down into station. So we have to do the whole thing though, because we want to follow the tree, so it has to be part of them. So you start with equipment, the equipment market, and then so equipment market, ammo market. Then we're going to say loop. Grab this. Then SEMAM. We'll just say railgun loop. So missiles, so both these will go to a tertiary market tree. Next up will be drones. So it goes down to electronic warfare drones, EWCM drones, military, mining, and repair drones. So, drones. So we could say equipment. Just as to keep in mind, this is from the equipment market. Void SEM DM. Yeah, drones were next. So electronic warfare. And we'll say EWM, yeah, since it's two words there. So drone market EWM loop, or EWM loop. That's our EWCM now. So I'll just say ECM. Alright, then military, mining, and repair. So mining, let's just repair after that. Yeah. Repair the roads. So mining breaks down into atomic crystals, lasers, and strippers. So the only difference here will be that we'll have the atomic crystals off on their own, but we'll also have, well, that is, I don't know how we deal with something like this where we got two different things. So on one hand we have a branch here, but on the other hand we don't have a branch, so it's a hybrid, I guess. So I guess we'd have, so we say mining, and then we just have these listed. Like if I'm thinking of the actual menu, how to look in the game. So you'll click on mining, and it'll have the drop down. But what'll happen is that you also have items, these items listed over here while you have this drop down still to go. Well, no. Okay, now so what we'll have is you'll have these listed here as well, but you'll click on those to display them. That's how it'll work. Yeah. So for this menu though, it'll be the same thing. You'll have these to choose from. You can do lasers, strippers. You'll have a menu that'll have attunement crystals, lasers, and strippers. And the attunement crystals though will go into another menu which will have these menu options, and then you'll be able to go from there to the actual crystals. Whereas these ones, when chosen, will go straight to the dialogues for choosing a mining laser or mining stripper. Alright, that's okay. Just had to make some sense of that. Alright, so mining. Let's see. Do I have any kind of special name for these? That's MD for modules. Just MM, just M for mining. So ACM loop. Attunement crystal loop. Crystals. strip miners. That's all I'm going to do for mining. Modules are a little bit more involved, so again, in this case we have the secondary menu, which are these two. Then you have the tertiary menus, which are these. And I think some of these even go into a fourth level of menus. And then a fifth level as well, by class down here. So we'll need to, I don't know what you would call it, quadrary, maybe for the fourth level, and then the fifth would be pentary. I don't know even what those would be. I'm just making that up at this point. No, I'm just making that up. So whatever, the fourth and fifth level of the trees. Yeah, so first we go for active and then passive, which will be these two. So modules, void SEM MDM, then active M loop. So active modules. And then passive modules. Simple as that, really. The next one is the one that gets really hairy for those. Then planetary equipment. Alright, some of these go... Actually, all of these go to a third menu. But it's just not listed by the type. Or fourth, rather. This is the oh no, this second, that's the third. That's right. Okay, yeah. We're doing the secondary menus, not the third yet. So colonization, orbital weapons, planetary administration and colonization tools, planetary shields. You know, this is way too much. And we got enough. And this is annoying. Insane enough as it is up here. We don't need to have this down here too. So let's kick off the M out of here. Well, let's just drop the loop out entirely. Screw loop. We don't need loops. We're just going to call them so ammo. Alright, that makes much more sense. These are the loops here, and these are just the different sections of the loops. You don't need to be triple looping or something. Now these we will keep like they are, but we'll go with the same thing here. So we said the initial, or rather, down here I mean. We'll still have, you know, okay, this is from the equipment menu. But we'll have, so we'll say equipment menu ammo, and then we'll have, you know, all this stuff out of here and just say, you know, missiles. Make these function names much less. Okay, I'm going to smash my head on this wall for 5 minutes to try and figure out what the